Hello everyone, my name is Arun Cherian and I'm the founder of Rise Legs. We make a cost-effective, lightweight, prosthetic leg made out of cane with which people can not just walk but they can also run, play and dance. And for this we also employ artisans that specialize in bending cane to make bend cane into prosthetic legs. And then we have that cane leg given to trained medical technicians like prosthetic technicians and prosthetists, and they assemble it as per best medical practices to make prosthetic legs. So we make prosthetic legs for amputees, and let me give you a perspective about the number of amputations or the number of amputees here in the world. Worldwide, there are 7 million amputees who've lost a part of their leg. It could be below the knee, it could be above the knee, or it could be even both legs. Here in India, there are over 1 million lower limb amputees. Now, the primary cause of amputation is diabetes, then cancer, and then road traffic accidents. And here in India, India is said to be the diabetic capital of the world. So much so that what's interesting is statistically, 55% of amputees that are diabetic either have a secondary amputation within 2 to 3 years, or they have or they die within 5 years. That is the level of seriousness diabetes causes for causes to amputation. And now when amputation happens, it really affects their quality of life. Their mobility reduces, their amount of social interaction reduces, and the kind of activities that they had drastically reduces. And it just starts a downward spiral from there. And so, here at Rise Legs, we have chosen to not just make a cost-effective leg, but also a lightweight prosthetic leg with which people can have fun. Not just walk, but run, play and dance. Now, here we have prosthetics that can be covered with any artwork that they choose. It can be also skin color, that is color matched to the person's skin tone. And all these covers can be swapped out within a minute, and it can be washed. And also we've got sports legs with which people can do high levels of activity like sports and dance. And for that, Rise Legs doesn't just make prosthetic legs. We also have the Rise programs, wherein we have the dance program, the sports and the martial arts program, wherein we connect amputees to people that are just awesome at what they do. We connect them with institutions that teach dance, that teach sports, martial arts, and we tell them that when you thought you couldn't just walk, we believe that you can run, play and dance. And then we support them all the way in terms of the number of legs required, any accessory. So, as this is just, as I've spoken just about the prosthetic legs, let me show you people that have used Rise Legs, and I hope you have a better understanding of what we are actually doing. This is Arun. He lost both his legs 7 years ago in a train accident, and for the past 7 years he is using 2 crutches to walk with his prosthetic legs, and this is all that's left of his prosthetic of his legs. He's got 1.5 to 2 inches. So he met with me and I made him a pair of rice legs. Now each of those legs weigh about 4 kgs per, and it cost a little under a lakh. Now he came to the Association of People with Disability. We fitted him with an appropriate rice leg, and every day he'd come for 1 hour a day. And within the third day, or more like the third hour, so this is the first time Madhu is able to walk without prosthetic leg, without crutches. Now you notice he's a little wobbly. That's because he's always used crutches, so his core muscles are weak, and so now as he walks more and more, his muscles get stronger. And now within the 5th hour or the 5th day, he's able to do things like kick the football, and then in a couple of weeks, with training, he's now able to walk over 4 kilometers without crutches, and that's even on uneven road and on. And he's training to do the Bangalore 10-kilometer marathon. This is another lady, by the name Arun. She also lost both her legs about 4 years ago. As a hobby, she loved to dance. And when she came in about 12 months ago, she needed a walker, and that's how she came walking to me. And we made her a pair of legs, and now she doesn't need a walker. She's in fact with Diana Talur. She's learning dancing, and even more, when it was heavy, now she can lift herself up, and she's doing the required physical fitness to get back into dancing. And she's taking baby steps towards doing her first marathon, and she can actually walk without crutches. Here, for the marathon, she's just using one crutch because she's a little scared with the road and all of that. So just for thumb support, she's using a single crutch. And now, it's not all just fun and play, but rather it can be used for day-to-day activities too. Case in point being Suresh. He is a 40-year-old supervisor in a vineyard, and he has a Jaipur leg. Now with that, he would be able to walk for about 3 hours a day, and then he'd get tired. And now on fitting him with the right leg, as you can see, it's a little bit more color toned. It's also lightweight. And since it's still on an experimental basis, I gave him the leg, and then I told him to come back every couple of days. And he told me 2 things when he came back. First was, with the other leg, he could just work for 3 hours a day, and then he'd get tired. Because this is a lightweight, he's able to work for 13 hours a day. And the second thing was, with the other leg, it was kind of heavy that he could just barely lift it 1 foot off the ground. And now with this, he get right up over there and then his leg down, because it's a lot more lighter. And so he's able to, be a lot more flexible with it. And he too has been using it for 12 months, been through rain and slush, and he's doing very well with this. So, just as much as we are impacting the lives of users, what we're very proud at RISE is it's not just down the chain, but even up the chain that we are actually impacting, we're making a difference. Case in point being Rahman, he's an artisan who is a master blender, cane artisan. And he now is able to earn a better salary. In fact, from having a day wage, he's now a full-time employee getting a monthly salary, open a bank account. He's illiterate, and we're working towards getting him to go into night school. And then over and beyond, it's not just with Rahman. We're working on a project called Codifying Rahman, wherein we are gathering his knowledge and systematically documenting it, wherein we are then able to teach, especially women, generate jobs, stabilize families, and give jobs. And hopefully we can even go further beyond into touching the lives of the Adivasis that are able to harvest cane. So it's not just down the chain, but even up the chain that we're able to impact people's lives. And just as much as this is artisanal prosthetics, it's not just artwork, or it's not just low tech. We are working with renowned institutes worldwide, be it MIT in Boston, wherein as a part of the Design for Scale program, they've given us 4 students, and we are working to accelerate the rate of making sockets with the International Red Cross in Geneva. They are supporting us in kind with the clinical trials. With CMC Bello, St. John's Hospital, we do clinical trials, and with so many other organizations, to say the least. And that being said, at this level, let me just give a little background as to what my story's been. So just cutting short a lot, at the University of California, Berkeley, at the Human Engineering Lab, I was developing wearable exoskeletal suits, wherein people who were paralyzed, who couldn't walk, they could strap themselves into the suit, and then the suit will allow them to walk. And I was doing that for 4 years, worked up to the 4th generation, and then it's just the 1st generation that's coming out right now, that's undergoing FDA approval. And from working on it, now my concern with this technology was that it is it's about $120,000, that's about 18 lakhs. So it's not very affordable for people. And only a few people can afford it, to say the least. From there, I went on to doing my PhD at Purdue, wherein instead of having these rigid exoskeletal suits, I would develop these soft, wherein you are feeding shape memory alloy into fabric. And just as you've seen this person, Oscar Pistorius, who has this carbon fiber leg with which he can run fast. Essentially, that leg with which that doesn't really look like leg, that's essentially a spring. So now, with my background in the biomechanics of locomotion, essentially all animals, whether it is a giraffe or a lion or a human or a dog or a cockroach, or whether we have like 100 legs, 6 legs, or 4 legs, or 2 legs, mathematically we all walk the same. Essentially, our leg is a spring of tune stiffness. And so that's how this guy runs too. It's a spring, it's a carbon fiber spring. And so when I came down for my little sister's wedding, you have all this cane furniture that's bent in all these beautiful shapes, and you can sit on it. So if it's bent in these beautiful shapes and you can sit, that means that's a spring in itself. So since I had some free time, I was like, if that's a spring, can I make it a prosthetic leg? So I went, it was just a curiosity-based question. And so I went up to the local artist and I was like, hi, can you bend cane in about the shape I drew a sketch? I showed him, can you bend cane like that? And he was like, sure. I was like, oh, okay, good. Can you then, can you make it this big, the size of human leg? And he was like, sure. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, can it take so much of weight? Can it take about a weight of 70 kgs? He was like, sure. I was like, oh, okay. So that means it's a prosthetic. I can make a prosthetic leg. From there, before I fitted onto a person, I did very, very simple tests, and I fitted onto a person only after some thorough testing, which I will show you. So this, I put a couple of sticks off a ledge, and I just walked off the ledge to see whether it would take my weight, and it took my weight and it sprung back, right? And it will beautifully take my weight and spring back. And so then from there, I went on to make a very simple prototype, and it's like, oh, okay, it is a spring. It can actually, in about look like a leg. And from there, I went on to make another prototype. And I took this prototype and went on to people and I asked them, hey, what do you think about it? Met with doctors, amputees, organizations that actually fit with people, and they thought it was a wonderful idea. And then I went to the Indian Institute of Science at the Aerospace Department with Mr. M.R. Butt, and we put it in the museum, cycled it a few 100,000 times, and it's still taking the weight. And from there, we've gone on to do the clinical trials at St. John's and CMC, and now the Indian government has come on board, wanting to expand the clinical trials, and like that, people are able to get back into dancing, go back into running. This is Suresh walking back. Initially when he came, he was so skeptical for the whole thing, and then after he started wearing rice legs, he was so happy. He actually called his wife and son from over an hour away to the Association of People with Disabilities, showed them the place how we make it in art, and he walks out wearing a rice leg, and that's his son wearing, holding the Jaipur leg on his shoulders. So things are going well, to say the least, and so now we are working to scale this up slowly by slowly, and that's about it. Thank you very much.